Hello, guys. This is another episode in networking in the cloud, which is AWS, and it's again another basic video of how to walk through the inter-region VPC peering. Still basic. Very soon I'll be doing one of my advanced videos on networking in the cloud for AWS. But this one currently that I'm about to do is just showing how VPC peering interregion works. I know it's too basic, but still, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would appreciate seeing how it works so that when they are in the production environment, they know what to look out for uh, on how to set up VPC peering interregion. Now that we can see more regions are being added, AWS working tirelessly to continue to add more regions to this. And before we know it, every region would have been added. So if you look at my screen now, you see that I make this to be easy instead of having just one window where I move from one region to the other or one account to another account. I just set up both windows side by side so it will be easy for anyone that is looking into this to understand and grasp what is going on there. So I hope this helps you and enjoy this. So this is one VPC. If you look at this window here, this current window that I have here, yes, this is the island region. As you can see here, I have the island region and I have another region in a separate account, which is Frankfurt region. It doesn't matter so long that in as much as whichever region you have your workload is supported for VPC peering, you're good to go. So if you want to set it up, this is the two VPC that I'm about to pair up. First thing is that you make sure that the CIDR does not overlap. Now for this, I have primary CIDR and secondary CIDR. That's why you can see two CIDRs here, two CIDRs here, which are different, 192, 168, and 172, 32. So for this, you see this is a separate, this is a single CIDR 15 network. So we're going to create VPC peering between both of them now, and we're trying to, in all of my videos, I always try to do a final testing because that's the only way you know that something is working. So we will be testing the two VPC peering, interregion peering to know if this is actually working or not. So this first VPC spoke. So it doesn't matter. Once again, it doesn't matter where you want to make as the principal, as the master, as the active. Either one can be. If you make the Highland region active, then the Frankfurt region is going to accept it. If you make the Frankfurt region to be the master to request it, to make it as a requester, then the second one, if you make it as a requester, then the Highland region will be the acceptor. If you make Highland region the requester, then the Frankfurt region is going to be the acceptor. So, but in this scenario, let's make Highland region the requester. So if we go down here on the VPC, if you go to peering connection, that's where you see it. So from the peering connection, you see create peering connection. If you click this, let's just look here. Okay, so I do not have a peering connection this way. So you will click peering connection. You can call it in a name. I learned to Frank. So it says from this default, I'm going to use this. So it detected that I have two CIDRs associated with it. Okay, it said so. This is where you're going to choose if you're going into any other account. Now it says select another VPC to pair with. It's asking me, is it in this account? This is what it used to be before. If you are trying to, if you have multiple VPCs in your account and you're trying to, because you cannot communicate with one VPC to another VPC in the same account automatically, like you have two subnets in a single VPC. Communication can happen between them, but not like in the VPC. So you have to create a pairing between the two VPCs, even though they are in the same account. So, but now we are going to create into different account into another account. It's still going to be the same thing as if you want to create in the same account, but with different accounts, it's not going to mean that you're doing a VPC inter-region peering. So for this account, I'm going to paste the account number there. Okay. So it's asking me if which region is it this region or in another region. So if you're trying to pair to the other account in the same region, then you just select this region. But if it's in another region, then you choose this and you scroll down, you see the list there. See, this is Frankfurt, Europe. This is where I'm going. So it's asking for the VPC acceptance. So you're going to go to the other acceptor. Let me just move this. I hope you can see that. Okay. It's asking for that. So we go to that so we can chop this off and we put it there. And that's it. That's it. That's the very first part. You see, you can see it said this. Let's say it's blurred out for security purposes. I hope you understand, but it's still the same thing. So if you click OK, it said pending acceptance. If you look at this very well, it's a pending acceptance. So if we navigate to the other side of the account, we go to the region, you see it's already there automatically. It's asking for you to accept. Then you can come to this, you either reject it or you accept it. So, but this case, we want to accept, of course. So by the time you accept, it said the peering region has now been established. You see this is turned to active immediately. You can just give it a refresh. You see after that, it turns to active. You have a successful VPC peering. How do we know this is working? We just have to test it. So we know we have an EC2 instance in this case, which is the public. I already have an instance running here. And in this case, I already also have I have an instance running here. So if I log into this screen now, as you can see, I have this IP for the Highland region, and I have this IP I have this one as the Frankfurt region. So if you look at this situation, so just to confirm, we can say the private IP is 146, and the private IP here is 2.108. So the private IP is what we need to say we ping 15.0.2.128. It's not working. So you might want to look at why is it not working, but I just have this setup. That's a good question because that is one of the things that many people use to look at how, oh, I've done this pairing. Why is it not working? It's a very good question. So let's just take a look at it. So this is the instance, right? We have the instance here. So why is it not working? We try to look at the subnet. Let's see if we've set what we need to do properly. So look at the subnet is in the public subnet. So we can navigate to that path in the VPC peering here. This is the subnet, right? So we can see, we know that it's a subnet start with these, which is these, and we look at the route table. Do we have a route that goes to the 15 network? No, we don't. Now we come here. Do we have, if we look at the subnet, which subnet is this instance? Okay, just for clarity's sake, let's just look at this. This is subnet that ends with STNO subnet B. So if we navigate back to the subnet, we know it's STNO subnet B, this one. Just for this one. So we can You can see I have a lot of subnets here because of the lab testing that I've been doing. So if we look at this, we can move this up. Look at it. Does this route table has a route to the 192.168 network? No, it does not. So it's not going to work because even though you have a successful VPC peering, you still need to set your route tables. You still need to check your security group. You still need to set your network ACL. I did a video on network ACL. You can check that out right there if you want to uh, check the difference between that. So let's fix it. So we edit the route table. You can either go to the route table or you click it from here. This will be easy. Then we go there, you can do this, then we edit the route. So we want to set a route for, maybe I'm still going to use this, maybe not, but you can set a route for 190, no, 15.0.0.0. You might want to take the whole cider just because of any other thing. Maybe you want to do something. You might decide not to do that. So you come to parent connection. This is the only parent connection we have. You save it. One mistake that some people also make is that they only select that for one part and they forgot to do the other part. And like I still can't connect. Yes, it's because of that. So then we can go here and we try to do this path also, edit routes. We go to 168. So you might decide to say you want to select the whole subnet also because you might decide to say the whole VPC side, sorry, excuse me, or you want to select just the subnet. Because we look at, if you want to know the subnet, you look at subnet association, you know this is 1.0, you might put 1.0/24, you might put the O, maybe we still want to get to because it's private anyway, so it doesn't matter whether I'm going to the public subnet or I'm going to the private subnet. I just want to be able to reach the VPC, so that's why some people will leave it like this. But still, it all depends on your use case. So we have that. You notice that this does not have a name like this does when we are trying to select it because it's the acceptor. So now that we have this, let's try again and let's see if we can reach. Now we can reach. That means in my security group, in my network ACL, I have them. Fine. So we want to be sure that this path also is working, just like I said, because if you have your security on the Frankfurt region, if you have your outbound security group, the outbound rule is taken off. This is not going to work. So you want to be sure that you have that covered. Say that's 146. So we can be sure that, okay, this one also is working. So that is it, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe. You'll see more videos coming on networking in the cloud with AWS, in AWS, right? The data, because there's also networking in the cloud for Azure, but right now it's just about the AWS. We have AWS, so talking in the cloud. I'll be doing more videos. You can subscribe to my channel, and you get to see more videos as I upload them. Thank you.